In this episode, we take you to Barberton, right on the border of Eswatini. We learn about the origins of our planet on the Makonjwa Geotrail, drive through a ghost town, see the wild horses of Kaapshehoop, visit Kruger, and if you stick around till the end, we discover who likes to visit our accommodation when we aren't around, thanks to a trail camera. The rolling hills of the Barberton mountainlands are magnificently beautiful and steeped in history. Known for its unique geography, the ancient Barberton greenstone rocks have given geologists valuable insight into the formation of our planet billions of years ago. One can learn all about the interesting rock formations along the Makonjwa Geotrail. This area is a UNESCO World Heritage Site because it contains some of the oldest and best preserved sedimentary and volcanic rock in the world, formed before the continents even existed. Preserved in these rocks are what is believed to be the oldest discovered remains of life on Earth, in the form of fossilized bacteria, 3.5 billion years old. In the more recent past, the area has a history of gold mining, which continues to this day. Along the route, there are plenty of picnic sites where you may stop and take in the view. We decided to push onwards, all the way to Diepgezet, a ghost town abandoned in the early 2000s. Diepgezet was once an asbestos mining town, but now, 20 years later, nature has all but reclaimed these abandoned buildings. The next day, we headed off to explore the sleepy little town of Kaapshehoop. To get there, we travelled about 50 kilometres from Barberton through beautiful scenery and pine forests. This small hilltop town was once known as Devil's Kantoor, meaning Devil's Office, but was renamed when gold was discovered in the area, giving hope to the residents of the Kaapse Valley. Unfortunately for the hopeful prospectors, there turned out to be very little gold in the area, but the town survived nonetheless, and has now transformed itself into a quaint tourist town only 30 kilometers from Mbombela. A perfect stopover while exploring the Lowveld. There are walking trails with views along the escarpment, but you will need a permit, so you may need to do some planning if you wish to hike. We, however, spent the day wandering through the town, admiring the old Gold Rush era buildings and browsing the art, antiques, and thrift shops. Walking through the town is like stepping into the past, and there's a wonderful sense of magic about the place. We stopped for lunch at the Bohemian Cafe, where we enjoyed live music, home-smoked ice wine, and a cool steampunk vibe. The town is known for its wild horses which wander the streets and surrounding hills. They are not true wild horses, but rather feral horses descended from domestic horses. Their ancestry remains something of a mystery. They may be descended from horses left behind by soldiers after the South African War in 1902, or they may have been working horses in the forestry industry left to roam wild after the industry became mechanized. Nobody knows for sure, but they are certainly majestic animals. The town horses, as you can see, like to beg for food, which often brings them into the road like this. So always drive slowly and carefully around the town, especially at night, and please never feed the horses.
So what's the time?
4 o'clock.
Why are we up so early?
Because someone wants to go to Kruger from Barberton. So we're preparing for a long drive as well as for a day in Kruger.
In we go. But first, the traffic. The sun has not yet risen, and we are here in Kruger. Here we are on the S119 loop at the Gardenia Hide. We are watching some birds and enjoying a little tea break.
It's been a fairly uneventful drive up from Malelane on the S118 and then S119. So the most action we've seen is blacksmith plover dive bombing a poor heron.
If you are staying in Barberton, a day trip to Kruger is not out of the question, if you don't mind an hour's drive to Malelane Gate. We didn't see much on our day trip, but we did add the yellow-breasted apellis to our bird list. Part of what makes Kruger so magical is its unpredictability. One can spend hours in the car surrounded by nothing but the quiet of the bush, but that makes it all the more special when good luck strikes. Our most exciting sighting of the day was a wild dog kill. We arrived just in time to see the ears of the last few painted dogs bobbing off into the grass, and the cackling hyenas and vultures moved in. By that time, there was quite a traffic jam, and unfortunately we had to get back to the gate before closing time. But seeing the frenzy of hyenas was an exciting end to our day trip. We stayed on private property in a nature reserve in Barberton, and we were privileged to have access to a trail camera set up just outside the house. We were impressed by the variety of small creatures who came to cross the stream or have a drink. Stick around until the end to see what comes by. Thank you for watching Dogs of the Wind, and don't forget to like and subscribe if you like this video. Until next time, ukukula kukubona izinto.